stupid mistakes I made as a young man growing up.
How are you guys doing? It's been a minute. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. It's been a minute. How are you doing? Is going to church a bad thing? Is spending time in the church a bad thing? Is it? Is spending time in the church a bad thing? Hmm? I saw this video and I thought, oh, that's interesting. Let's talk about it. It's been a very long minute since I've been here on YouTube. So why not? Why not? Why not? Let's talk. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I'm trying to share this to Facebook. Okay, I got it now. Mm-mm, mm-mm. All those teaching I did on Facebook, if it was on YouTube by now, they would be easily accessible. But nope, not on YouTube. Not on YouTube. And then here you go with Facebook. You'll be looking for them. You can't even find them. You know. So let's talk. I saw this video and I thought, ooh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know, if you guys know me by now,
Who do you think is better?
you know that I am a believer of God. I go to church meeting, Jehovah's Witnesses meeting. But I have not put this thing as a World Cup whereby it prevents me from living life, if that makes sense. My service with God is so unique. It's so dependent on me, right? I know God is available to us anytime, but our availability to God is limited because of our crisis, paying bills, our children's needs, our employers' needs. So it affects how available we are to meet God halfway. And to me, I believe God understands. God don't want us to be in pain. God don't want our association with him to serve as a painful experience, right? So I want to bring this thing to your attention. But before that, let's listen to this. Let's listen to this.
Let's talk about it.
This young boy.
One of the most stupid mistakes I made
Listen.
as a young man growing up.
It's interesting how he
One
said
of the
it.
most stupid mistakes I made as a young man growing up was spending all my life in church. Now, before you argue with me, my father is the pastor.
He said, in case you didn't hear it, he said one of the stupid mistakes he made in his life is spending all his life in church. Is he right? Is he wrong? Keep listening.
One of the most stupid mistakes I made as a young man growing up was spending all my life in church. Now, before you argue with me, my father is the pastor. I play 4 musical instruments. I literally lived in the church. In fact, I was doing school, church, house, church, school. That was my circle then. But then I learned this thing very late. I think I was in the university when I found out that I had wasted a significant number of years spending all my life in church. You go to church as a young boy, you don't have skills. The church is not a system that you commit to. The church is a system you should contribute to. And that's the mistakes a lot of persons are making.
Did you hear
Instead of
that?
you,
It is a system you should contribute to, not commit to. Personally, in America, I've been to many churches, and I found out that unfortunately, our African churches, we commit to them, but they don't serve us in any way. They don't impact our lives in any way other than our association, other than us having a sense of belonging, other than us having a place we can call home. Oh, someone is doing a shubi, someone is getting married, someone's birthday, someone's baby shower, and that sense of community, right? But wait till you need the church support for something, then you are left hanging alone. So whilst you are in the church, if you don't find association that will hold you in when you needed that help, forget it. But I've also been to American churches, white people churches, whereby the tithe and stuff that members pays, they use some of that to pay for the less fortunate people, their bills, their rent, their electric bill. In the winter time, they host people in the church, homeless people, whatever, people that need a warm place to stay. They host them in the church. If there is tornado, there is crisis, there is natural disasters, they use this church premises to host people. I'm yet to see any African church that does that, except, oh, pay this, pay that, pay this, pastor's birthday, this, and I keep asking, why should we live like that? We should live as a community where we pull up and show up for others. But it shouldn't be that if you are in a situation where you cannot show up for others, you are hated, you are disliked. The most people that I have seen acknowledged by the churches are people that contribute financially, heavy amount of money financially to the church, right? If you are going through a family crisis with your husband and you go and tell a pastor, provided your husband is the type that contributes financially towards the church, they will just be enabling his behavior and encouraging you to stay. Oh, keep praying to God, keep doing. God says you should submit to your husband, you should this, you should that, do that. And this is killing people softly. Then you come to my own people, my Jehovah Witness people. As much as I love associating with them, I feel, this is me in my experience. I'm not saying it's your experience or anybody's experience. As long as you avail yourself to always be available for the meetings of the week, to go to field ministry, for them to call you and want to study the Bible with you, guess what? They like you. They want your association. The minute you take priority in paying your bills, going to work, committing to your employer, and going to the Kingdom Hall when you are available, everybody pulls away from you. Why is it like that? And I've gotten to the point in my life where I choose me. So I don't put my needs down and go to the Kingdom Hall. God understands that my needs, God don't want me to be homeless. God don't want my kids to be hungry. God don't want me to be on the streets clothed with shirtless, right? And the only way to do that is to go to work. So if someone is upset, and sometimes like me, sometimes this year I say I'm not going to work on weekends. But I realize that I have to still be back working on weekends because that is my lifestyle. That is what fits my lifestyle. In the month of July, 2 weeks, I have to be available to take my son to a workshop. He has to do this cybersecurity. He has to go to this cybersecurity internship. 2 weeks straight, Monday to Friday, not all day, but part of the day. And the place is far. So if I want to take Uber, it's not like it's a short distance that If I want to take Uber, I'm telling you, round trip will be like $100. So some of over $100, if you work, that's your 1 hour pay or something, you can do that. Do you know what it is to pay $100 for transportation, going and coming? So that means I have to work on the weekends so that my child will go to this class, this workshop, Monday to Friday. So why would you want to put the church first when you should be putting God, your relationship with God first? When you put your relationship with God first, you won't be burdened with having to leave your job to go to church. And you won't have to worry about, oh, I didn't go to church yesterday, so they are upset with me. Why should we be upset with our fellows when they are unable to come to church? To me, if it's me, what I would rather do is, why were you unable to come? Like this transportation situation I'm describing with one of my kids. A good church member could be like, oh, then let me take him for you, so that you get to work during the week, right? And then when you close from work, you pick him up from the program. Maybe for that 2 weeks, you get that support. But you never get the support, but they want you to sacrifice your existence. And that is something that I don't understand. That is something that it will be hard for me to process, because I would like to see churches having programs that provide support. And then I would like to see, when you go through all the process, you are now independent, you are able to make a living, you are comfortable, you also contribute to the church. There was a period they didn't even have electricity. No, what's the name? Wi-Fi. So they did meetings virtually, because the electrical system, something is wrong with it, then the Wi-Fi bills, all kind of things. So this is a reason why people must serve the church. They must contribute to the church. If I don't go to work, how would I be able to contribute to the church? If I get hated for not going to church, how would I be able to work and come back and contribute to the church? So if you ask me, I would think that we should have the liberty to live our lives how it serves our needs, provided you are not hating others, provided you are not being mean towards others, provided you provide support where needed, provided you are each other's keeper, provided you don't need, you are just in overall a civil person, you are being a nice person overall. There shouldn't be a reason why churches should hate somebody because they don't come to church or they don't contribute to the church. You have to find out, why are they having challenges? Why are they unable to contribute to the church? And this is coming from...
develop yourself so you can add to the church. You are there doing the church. Zero personal development, nothing, no skill, nothing. And when you finish, when you are about 30, what can you do? I can drive. See, let me tell you something. I found out that Nigerian churches, maybe American, but Nigerian churches are part of the problems of Nigerian economy. Not because they are not doing well when it comes to spiritual development, but they are not doing well when it comes to personal and physical or professional development. You are attending church. You knew that John 3:16, God so loved the world. You are almost 30. You are still learning John 3:16, God so loved the world. Zero skill. If they say do something now, nothing. What can you do? I can drive. See, as much as you go to church, use your head. The church is not a system that should serve you. The church is a system you should contribute to. I don't go talk past like this, so I don't go talk past like this. There is an advice person. When they talk again, enough is a word.
It's true, because what I find is these churches don't have personal development programs that help the youth. to gain a skill, to gain a trade, to go to college, to become anything, except they want to tap from you. They want to tap from you. They want to tap from you. I remember sharing my experience one time going to a church. I always wrote checks and stuff. And then one time it was like a demand. As a single mother, they never considered what you do for a living, your struggles, none. They want you to pay either $3.99 or $2.99 for the church's 10-year anniversary. And I'm like, and then they made it, he said it was a demand because they even told us they put the man at the gate. So the small gate that everybody exits after service, they put the man there with a bowl, and the request is you have to write your name when you are going to come and pay the money. You have to also give your credit card if that's what you are going to use, or they gave us different kind of conditions to pay this money, and nobody ever asks you. So as a single mother, how are you paying for childcare? How do you pay your bills? What do you do for it? That was nobody's concern. So to me, he's right to an extent. I think that your service to God should be learn to develop a personal relationship with God, so that you can talk to him like you talk to a friend, versus you being conditioned, being manipulated, being groomed. Right now, what I've heard that is going on also is how people will come and tell you, God says you should sell all your properties and give to them. Come and follow them and come and serve God with them. So they will encourage their friends who are doing well to sell their properties, to get rid of their belongings and come and follow them. That's not what God wants. God don't want us to be homeless. God don't want us to be shelterless. God don't want us to suffer. God wants us to be peaceful, comfortable. And so we should seek God and his righteousness in the right way by opening the Bible, reading it for ourselves, gaining the knowledge in it, and also learning to pray to God and forming our own interpersonal relationship with God. I think that's what's going to help us. Thanks for coming to the live. I'll see you in the next video. I think I'm going to be coming here a little bit more. I don't know. I've been trying, guys. I've been trying. If you are here and you have not followed me on TikTok, kindly do that. If you have issue with skin, that's what I've been trying to showcase these days on TikTok also. When it comes to our skin, our aging skin especially. I had issues with acne, terrible, and now you can see I'm thanking God for his favor in finding the right products. So follow me on TikTok, and if you need to buy something, use the link in my videos. I showcased a product from eClinicals today, and that is a very good product if you have scars, acne scars and stuff. Go and check that out and use the links. You see the links going up in the comment section. Use them, click on it and buy yours. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to like and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.